overall, if you miss this card like I did, you should really feel really bad about it, because I do. I want to see it live, but I had to see it on tape. I hear people talk crap, a couple people talking crap about Gegard Mousasi, how he fought a can in Gary Goodridge. Let's not forget that can's 250 pounds. And let's please not forget Gegard Mousasi just moved up from middleweight. He barely 210, 215 naturally. Same people talk crap about Gegard Mousasi is the same people fans of these other guys who is protected by their weight classes. Tito Ortiz would never leave his weight class. Chuck Liddell, no, not going to leave his weight class. George St. Pierre is doing his best he can to not leave his weight class. Alright? So, if you fans of those guys, you cannot say anything about Gegard Mousasi fighting at heavyweight Gary Goodridge. And I don't think he really took this fight well, you have to take every fight seriously, but I think mostly he took this fight to stay active. Because you fight every 3 months, you stay healthy, you stay active, you win a lot of fights. And it prevents from all that ring rust, and it keeps the gears greased, so to speak. So I think he took this fight to stay active. For anyone to talk crap about him taking this fight, don't know anything about fighting. And he won convincingly. He did what you had to do if you're going to fight such a fighter as Gary Goodridge. Gary Goodridge don't have the most impressive record. I think it's barely above 500. But what do you expect from a great fighter against Gary Goodridge? Expect him to finish the fight fast. And what happened? He finished the fight fast. That's what you expect. Shinya Aoki broke the shit out of Mizuto Hirota's arm. And it's Hirota's fault that his arm got broke. Same thing with Efren Escudero the other day. His arm broke because he didn't want to tap. But you guys got to understand, once you're in an arm lock of sorts, a joint lock, there is no pain really. It just snaps. Okay, so these guys are tough guys. They don't tap, but they got to know. Every fight got to know. Once it reaches a certain point, there's no pain. It just pop, and then there's pain. So it's best to be a smart fighter. It's a sport. If it was a street fight, I'd say don't tap. Fight for your life. But in the cage, in the ring, it's a sport, and you gotta learn that, man. You gotta tap. You really gotta tap, man, because you're gonna be out 10 months. How many paychecks did you miss out on because you didn't want to tap? You gotta balance and weigh that shit. Shinya Aoki did his best to be as unprofessional as possible, and from the steel frames, I'm pretty sure he flicked off Hirota after he broke his arm. Talk about adding insult to injury. That's pretty bad. That is really stupid. And that's one of the biggest reasons I can't corner a fighter, or I would never be a good corner man, because if shit like that went down, like when Mark Coleman got all happy because he broke Shogun's arm, and then he keeps trying to pound on him. That would have been double front kick city for me if I was in Shogun's corner, man. A double front kick with the Kazushi Sakuraba chop combo. Mark Coleman, he would have won the fight, but he wouldn't have made the press conference, if you know what I mean. If I was cornering Shogun. So, you know, the after fight antics gotta stop, because eventually shit gonna kick off if you think you get away with that. Same thing with Sokuju Giannorte. Sokuju knocked out Giannorte and almost got his ass kicked after by Ray Sefo. Come on, you want to fight? You accept that you want to fight, you don't get too happy. Because if you go overboard, you don't know who the hell's in that man's corner, and you might accidentally run into Ray Sefo. And if you run into Ray Sefo, people are going to have to tell you that you ran into Ray Sefo, because you're not going to remember running into him. It's going to be like an alien abduction. You're going to lose some time. So that's why I probably can't corner a guy. I get really pissed. I would have flung Aoki into probably the 7th row. A rich Asian family would have caught him. Alistair Overeem versus Kazuyuki Fujita. Same thing with Mousasi and Goodridge. Overeem fought a guy who was really overmatched. Fujita got the Bushido, the samurai spirit, but he got finished off pretty quick because he wasn't that tall. Those knees was right in his face, and eventually one caught him. Alistair Overeem doing a great job of finishing fights quick, but he's still yet to fight a contender. Who knows, he might be fighting Fedor in the future, but I think his mojo is a little padded right now, because I don't think he fought a top 10 guy yet in the past like 2 years. So he finished and fight quick, and he kicking a lot of ass, but you can't really hold him to such a high regard just yet, because the guys he's fighting, ain't top 10s. I don't even think top 15. So I'm not saying he not kicking ass. All I'm saying is that we gotta see how it is. All right, Melvin Manhoef versus Kazuo Misaki. He's not really finished on the feet too often. Tough Asian guy. Tough fucking Asian guy, man. He beat Yoshihiro Akiyama, but they called it back because it was an illegal kick. But he pretty much had Akiyama beat. He shouldn't have thrown that kick. He should have finished it off with punches. Misaki, a tough guy, and I think he beat Dan Henderson once, if I'm not mistaken. It really says a lot about Melvin Manhoef. A lot of people don't give him credit because he's irrelevant on the ground. But you gotta remember, fights start standing up. So if he works on his takedown defense, sky's the limit for him. Look at Mirko Krokop in his prime. Not really effective on the ground, but you gotta get him on the ground. So people who giving Melvin Manhoef crap, saying he's not a legitimate mixed martial artist, you could keep thinking that. I just hope you don't bet against him because it'll save you a lot of money. Trust me, you gotta get him to the ground. Don't get him ground, fight's his. He's explosive, got really quick, strong, short punches. Quick, short punches will end the night of 99% of the fighters out there. Almost 100% of them if they don't watch out. He's explosive. Explosivity wins a lot of fights. And he's fighting Robbie Lawler next. January 30th, Strike Force, Miami. And I really hope that fight go down. But for some reason, I don't think that fight gonna go down. It's scheduled, but mark my words, I don't think that fight gonna happen. But if it do, maybe it takes Manhoef knocking out Lawler for people to see. Man, this guy's the real deal. Not to mention, a lot of hardcores got Manhoef as a bad matchup against Anderson Silva. Probably one of the only guys at middleweight that can knock out Anderson Silva. And I agree with that. Probably because I was one of the first ones to say that in like a video like a year and a half ago. Alright. Okay, I can't do all the fights, man, because this is going to take about an hour. A great card I just happened to miss. Won't happen again. I'm going to buy a calendar.